Welcome back. Now, this module is really all about explaining the unexplainable and trying to give structure to something that's totally unstructured. And I would like you to, appreciate that and to understand that actually we're talking about things that can't really be grasped, but I still make an effort, so that's applicable to you. Like, when we're talking about fulfillment, what helps, apart from this thought experiment that we've done in the last video, is our attitude towards emotions and our attitude towards life. Life will be topic of the next video, and here we want to be talking about the attitude towards emotions, which heightens, so to speak, the likelihood for us to drop spontaneously into the state of fulfillment. So what are emotions? Emotions, as we said, are waves of energy. They are not personal, they happen to you, within you, but they are not you. To say like, I am angry, is a speech pattern that can be detrimental if we really believe what we mean. Because we are not the emotion, we kind of sense the emotion in the same way as we sense like wind touching our skin. So in this way, disidentifying from the emotions, not in a way of kind of opposing the emotion or because you should disidentify the emotion as a technique, but just because you realize the truth that the emotions happen within your system, but they have nothing to do with your core being. Like the core being, who we are, witnesses those emotions and not in any other way. So in seeing that, it also helps to get independent of our emotions. So the goal of this entire, change of attitudes, and you letting this video sink in, the entire point of that is to see that the emotions that are clouding this screen of default state, that the emotions that are clouding this state, that they are transient and that they are not part of you and that they are not serious and that everybody has them in a different flavor and in a different nuance. So emotions happen and they're meant to happen, and they pull you out of this default state because they are meant to. This being said, we see that those emotions, they arise and then they are let go again. It is nothing to cling to, and as long as we do, we are always pulled out of this default state by thoughts, by emotions, because it's always this resistance there which creates like more and more ripples. In the same way as you're like constantly shaking, never quiet, like your body still moves all the time. And by being still and let everything be there, we drop into the state of deeper sentiment. The deeper sentiment, we feel that, and we drop into the default state. So to see that the emotions are nothing personal, they are nothing to gain from. They are not signs of achievement or failure. They are not signs of you being worthy or not. They are signs of something, giving you feedback about your body, but not about who you are. And once we unlock kind of this link, the identity component of those emotions, they are really free. And in this way, we are really free from them. Not giving a personal sense of identity or deriving a personal sense of identity out of those emotions. And this aids us in letting us drop into this deeper sentiment, into this default state where we feel the deeper sentiment of fulfillment, where we see nothing really is all that big of a deal that happens inside. I can handle everything that there is, and it's just an emotion. And once the emotions aren't clung to anymore, they can just pass. And when they pass, we actually have like a lot of, silent and like space available to abide in this state, in the same way as, when the clouds move away, you see the sky clearly. In the same way, then we feel our default state, the fulfillment, clearly. So with that being said, let's jump into the next video where we will be talking about an attitude towards life, which aids, us to find fulfillment and sense the deeper sentiment underneath.